Yo, what is good, guys? This is your boy, Silver Smasher, coach of the Floridian Typhlosions, and this week I am coming at you with my semifinals game in the PMU, aka the Pokemon Masters United, for the Season 6. So, I'm playing my homie, Steven Thurston. I call him Steven, just Steven, that's it. No need for that. No need for all that extraness. So, my first match was versus Obo and the Houston Laxers. We beat them convincingly 3-0. It was a very tight game. We was behind the whole time, but the Floridian Typhlosions, we burned through. You know, we turned up, got heated, you know, remembered who we were, and fought back and won the game. We clawed our way through in our quarterfinals match, literally clawed through because Zardex Dragon Clawed and cleaned up versus Obo and his team. So, this semifinals match, we're playing against Steven, as I've said earlier. He is bringing Bouffalant, Klefki, Lannister, regular Keldeo, which I think is the inferior form, but I will not get into that. Moltres, and Shaman. And this week, I am bringing Seismitoad, Miltank, Gliscor, Sylveon, Weavile, and Mega Charizard X. My win con this week is Mega Charizard X, and my cleaner this week, cleaner or revenge color, is Weavile for the week. I'm gonna go over my sets real quick. This week I am bringing Stealth Rock, Seismitoad, Scald, Earthquake, and I believe the last move is Toxic. You're wondering why I have Earthquake and Scald on the same set. Because during prep, I was very much afraid of Calm Mind Z Keldeo. That mon destroyed my entire draft. My best answer to that was Spadef, Sylveon, and at +1, Keldeo's Hydro Vortex with Hydro Pump is a roll to kill with rocks. And that is just scary. And if he wants to, he can even Calm Mind again. He loses nothing from Calm Minding again, just to secure the kill. And that's also his best Weavile answer as well. So my Seismitoad is Water Absorb, Scald, Earthquake, Toxic, Stealth Rocks. It is my hazard setter this week. My other mons that can set up rocks this week does not want to set up rocks. They need all four of their move slots, respectively. Miltank this week: Seismic Toss, Milk Drink, Heal Bell, and Toxic. This Miltank this week is to deal with his Shaman. You didn't, unfortunately, you didn't get to see our very first game in normal season. So during the battle late game, the Shaman was a huge problem. Like I actually had no switch-ins for that, and I realized that I didn't have anything for offensive Shaman. I under prepped for offensive Shaman, and it was really a problematic mon. It was Life Orb, T-Flare, Synthesis, Earth Power, and I don't think he showed off the last move. So that was a huge problem for me because with with those attacks, he 2-hit KO'd or 1-hit KO'd my entire roster because I didn't bring Miltank at the time. So I decided to bring Sap Sipper Miltank. It's mixed bulk, but it's primarily Spadef invested this week just to deal with his Shaman, because that thing is a huge problem. And along with dealing with Moltres, it deals with any Moltres unless he is Supersonic Sky Strike, which I don't think he should be this week. I don't think it's even his Z-Mon. His Z-Mon is Keldeo and Leonard, so ignore that. So this Miltank set deals with Moltres, it deals with Shaman, and it deals with Klefki. I had to be aware of letting Keldeo in for free, so I have to be aware of that, and I have to scout to see if he's Choice Lock or Calm Mind. If he's Calm Mind, I sack and I have to bait out the Z, and so on and so forth. My Glasscore set this week: Toxic, Roost, U-Turn, and Earthquake. I wanted to fit Ice Fang or Rockside on this set, but then I realized Toxic is really good versus his team on Glasscore, because for the simple fact Klefki is his only immunity for this week. Not this week, for this game. And Klefki has no business staying in on Glasscore, and if he's Magnet Rise, he will obviously use that the turn I go for Earthquake or the turn Glasscore is in with the 1v1. So if he's Magnet Rise, that's one slot gone. And if he wants hazard removal, that means he needs Klefki to be that means Klefki isn't Spikes. And if he Spikes, that means he's not Defog, because that's counterproductive. So Landers is his only rocker on this roster, which is a huge weakness. That means I'm not as pressured with my Mega Charizard X. Landers needs to switch in to Zard X, and as long as I pressure his team, Landers is easily pressured in this matchup. Like, it doesn't deal with Seismitoad. It doesn't break Glasscore with the wrong set. Weavile Revenge kills it, unless it's Yash. And Charizard does over half to offensive Landers. And with Rocks, it's guaranteed to a KO, even on it has to be max physically defensive to take on Flare Blitz after Rocks. And that's just, his Landers is just very pressured in this matchup, and that's the goal of this team, is to pressure and is to wear down his Mons from my win cons to win late game. So Glasscore is my momentum grabber. It is my status user. It is my ground immunity for the week, because I very much so need that, or else, like, if he brings Scarf Landers, if he decides to bring like Scarf Stealth Rock Landers, that can be a very problematic scenario. So I need a ground immunity. That is almost a necessity for this. Sylveon. My Sylveon this week is Calm with max defense and max HP, and I am creeping no speed Bouffant just in case. I'm not creeping max. I'm not creeping no speed Bouffant. I naturally outspeed. But what I'm saying is I dumped a little bit of speed EVs to guarantee that I don't get outsped by a Bouffant that's not max speed. Because if he's max speed, that means he has no bulk. And I feel like versus his draft, his Bouffant needs to be as bulky and as strong as possible. So I think he needs to be adamant max attack and bulk to switch in or deal with my offense. So Sylveon this week, the moves is Hyper Voice. I had Moonblast the last time, but Moonblast, I only had that initially because I was very much afraid of Throat Chop Umbreon. Believe it or not, Throat Chop Umbreon can beat a Sylveon with Hyper Voice as its only attacking move. So I decided to have that on my move set at the time, but this time I realized, man, Umbreon isn't really that good versus my drive. Like, it's very much pressure. Like, Glasscore, Toxic Glasscore beats that. Foul Play does nothing to it. My Miltank beats it too because I Toxic Heal Bell Recover, and it's hard pressed in this matchup, and it doesn't enjoy switching into Mega Charizard X after Rocks. It's 2-hit KO'd. Even with the Protect, it's a roll. It's like a high 40% roll. So that's great. I was very much calculating and going in on this prep because I'm trying to win. I'm tired of losing in playoffs when I'm so close to winning. Like, this is my third time making semifinals in the PMU, I believe. So I'm trying to go all out. I'm going all in. It's go hard or go home, pretty much. So my Sylveon set, I don't think I've went over it. Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect. And I think the last move is Heal Bell. Just in case my mill tank is pressured or eliminated. It is my backup cleric for this week. And his still type is Klefki. So this Sylveon set beats any Klefki. Because I believe Klefki does not have Iron Head or doesn't fit Iron Head versus my roster. So next mon, Weavile. The last game Weavile was very good versus him. But then I noticed that his answers to Weavile are very thorough and consistently good. So, I was very much thinking, like, okay, how do I baiting the Klefki and knock it out? Because once Klefki is gone and my Charizard sets up a Dragon Dance, it pretty much wins the game. Like, it wins. Like, it single-handedly beats his roster. Like, if he Scarf Keldeo and I have no rocks on my field, like, if I set up on, like, the right mon, like, if I, set up, like, on Scarf Keldeo, locked into, like, Secret Sword or, like, Scald, and I take it very comfortably, then, I set up another D-Dance and then sweep him again. And I don't have to worry about playing around, like, Intimidate with, Lanners, because if I get my rocks up, it's chipping away at his team and it's putting things in range of, like, all of the mons that it matters. So, Weavile this week is Ground EMZ. It's to nuke anything that switches into Weavile. Weavile is just so good with this Z move this week. It kills Klefki. It does 76% minimum to Keldeo. And if he has like 52 EVs, it does 73 or 74 min. And I'm adamant Weavile, I believe, this week because like his mon, Latios Latios is so like it's like a hit or miss kind of Pokemon. And it's just really rough for Latios this week. Like, it has to try to break through Sylveon, for one. It has to try to break through Miltank. It needs Draco Meteor. It needs Psychic Staff. It needs Calm Mind to break my bulkier mons. It wants Hidden Power Fire to guarantee kill Kartana. And it's just, it's just not good. Like, the 4 Moveset syndrome makes it this awkward Pokemon that wants to come but not want to come at the same time. And if my Weavile is Pursuit and I trap that means his best answer is gone. And on top of this, the way I constructed my team is constructed in a way that I do not lose to Scarf Latios. Scarf Latios doesn't break my draft, and Scarf Latios is the best revenge killer for +1 Mega Charizard X. So, Weavile, Ice Shard, Ice Circle Crash, Dig, and I believe the last move is, I said Dig, Ice Shard, Ice Circle Crash, and Knock Off. Okay, that's my set. Adamant, I believe, to be, to have the most damage output, because his speed tears are very weird. It drops from Mega Manectric all the way to Latios. So that's a huge drop. My Weavile is able to go Adamant pretty much, because Latios shouldn't be staying in on a Weavile anyways. And lastly but definitely not least, my Mega Charizard X, the MVP of this season, the overall most valuable of this team. Dragon Dance, Flare Blitz, Dragon Claw, and Roost. Win con for this week I built around this to make sure I support this Charizard. I brought no removal this week because I believe that hazard control was more important for him, because I have webs on my team. I have Masquerain, and I thought that if I got up webs and I have like Mega Charizard X and like Kartana and the like, he really struggled with that. So I thought he would bring removal, and he has very good hazard control as well. The Fog Lanners, the Fog Klefki, the Fog Moltres, the Fog Gladios. It was just not worth bringing Masquerain. And Masquerain was pretty much dead weight. It only got up webs and that's it. So, yeah, that's my team build this week. I saw his team at preview. And he had 2 good leads. He had Leonard Stan or Keldeo. Like, he could have led off with Leonard Stan or Keldeo. I saw Buffon. I'm like, oh man. Like, looking at on paper, I thought this Buffon was. I dissected his team and I thought, I saw Buffon and I was like, okay, this must be his Sylveon, switching for like Hyper Voice and such. So I automatically put a possibility of Soundproof Buffon, Klefki as his Defogger, with Lanners as a potential Scarfer / Rocker, Keldeo as his win condition. It can be Calm Mind Scarf or Specs. Moltres. I saw Moltres and I knew from like the previous game, Moltres is his best Kartana answer and it's a very good one. It's like it's like physically defensive and it's his best Kartana answer. It's a very good one too with Flame Body. It guarantees switches in like without rocks up. This is exactly why I thought he would have removal looking at his team, because like he need, like if I decided to bring Kartana, right, and rocks is up, Kartana literally just like steamrolls through his team with a Z move, like steamrolls it through, because my the Mon that outspeeds it gets trapped by Weavile potentially. And Mega Manectric does not deal with Mega Charizard X. It doesn't. It wants Hidden Power Grass for Seismitoad. It wants Hidden Power Ice for Glasgow, and it needs to hit Zardex as well as not breaking Sylveon. So I didn't respect the Mega Manectric if I had brought Kartana. But I'm rambling at this point. Let's get into the battle, y'all. So, I wanted to get my rocks up as soon as possible. I decided to lead off with my Seismitoad. He led off with his Buffon. This screamed Swords Dance or Choice Banded. I decided to go for my rocks anyways. This Seismitoad outspeeds any Buffon. He goes for Head Charge here. And this damage is about to show you guys that this thing is banded as hell. Like, this thing is 100% banded, 1000% banded. That proved that he is reckless, because if he was soundproof, it did 80% max, like 80 something percent max. That did over 90% to my Seismitoad. I go for Scald right there on Keldeo. It was my best play. If I got the burn on Buffon that neutered it, I decided to swap out into Sylveon. His best move to click is Fighting Staff. He clicks nothing else. I go into Sylveon. He clicks Focus Blast. He lands that. I wish I could have landed that versus Kurt, but we don't speak of that. I recover. This proves that he is not Specs as well. I am slowly gauging his team. He goes into Tetsu, My Hero Academia reference. Very good one at that. I swap out, go into my Seismitoad. Klefki is recovering with leftovers. I decided to pivot into my I decided to go into Gliscor just in case he had like Toxic, or like decided to double. And no, I didn't go into Gliscor. I go into Weavile. I'm gonna tell you why I went into Weavile there. That was, it looked stupid. I know it's stupid. But I'm gonna tell you why I went into Weavile here. I went into Weavile because I wanted to keep my rocks up. Keeping rocks up is crucial in this matchup. I need the residual damage on Landerson. I need the damage on Keldeo. I need the damage taken on Buffon. I need the rolls on for Charizard to clean his team. Because with rocks up, his only decent response to it is no longer switching in. Like it's 2-hit KO'd by Charizard X, and Buffon is no longer a roll to die to Flare Blitz at the range it's at with rocks up. And I wanted to block the defog. Like, this is Gen 7. I wanted to take advantage of Gen 7, and I wanted to block his defog. And not only would I block his defog, he would probably think like the way Steven is, I would not have predicted him to predict the ground EMZ. And his only response to switching into Weavile is Landers. His best answer is in my face. And Landers has no business switching in on Weavile. So my best play was to click Tectonic Rage, my ground EMZ. He goes for spikes. I thought that was very ballsy. I had Earthquake on my Seismitoad. But he made a good play. He swaps out. He goes into Keldeo, guys. Keep in mind, this ground EMZ is a roll at the range he's at. He took about 12 to 13% earlier. I didn't get the burn, but with rocks up, that means he took 6% plus that 12% or 13%. So that means he took 19% to 20%. I don't know if I'm calculating this right, because like it was point like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. I don't remember. Pokemon rolls are weird. So it was a roll to kill with this ground EMZ. He was upset, but you're about to see. I pop off Tectonic Rage. That was my best play. It nuked something. Something was dying here. So my Tokiyomi, Weavile, Tectonic Rage. We click it. We pull it off. Keldeo takes the hit. But will it take the hit, though? Will it take the hit? No, it doesn't take it. We crit it. Guaranteeing that kill. Keldeo's gone. Huge threat gone. Now that Keldeo's gone, he has nothing to outspeed Mega Charizard X at +1. I swap out. I go into Sylveon, Mina, the Sylveon, My Hero Academia reference, as well as Tokoyami. He goes for Roost. That was his best play. I was not staying in. Max defense. Moltres took like 49% or 48% max from my Weavile's Icicle Crash because I'm a Z move, not a power boosting move. I pivot into Glasgow Dracula, the Glasgow, because if he goes for Toxic, I take that. He misses the Toxic. I'm not gonna lie, that sucks. Like for me, like I wanted him to hit that Toxic. Like it doesn't matter, but if he went for Toxic, that meant that I immediately got like recovery. Like if he, I don't know what I'm saying, because like he didn't attack me. Like I didn't take any rock damage. Like if I took rock damage, he went for Toxic. I didn't have to wait for the Toxic Orb to activate. The Toxic is already like residual damage, so I would get my Toxic boost. Not Toxic boost. I would get my Toxic heal immediately instead of waiting the turn after the Toxic Orb activates. So that's what I was thinking. I was wasn't thinking that thoroughly, but I go Glasgow here, and I go for Toxic this turn. Klefki doesn't switch in on this. Keldeo's gone. Landers is his best swap in. Now, this Moltres is on the timer. Rocks is up. He goes for Hidden Power Ice. I hope he doesn't crit. He doesn't crit. I recover with Toxic Heal. With Poison Heal. I go for U-turn this turn. Predicting him to swap out. He goes into Buffon. Wait, I go for Roots this turn. I want my Glasgow healthy. That was my best play. I wanted my Glasgow healthy. So I Roots with Glasgow here. His Buffon is in. I go for U-turn, and I would be going into Seismitoad here to sack it off, because Seismitoad did its job. Rocks are up. It's there to stay. And if he wants to get rid of rocks, he's getting rid of his spikes. So he finishes me off with head charge. Seismitoad, you did well. Suyu Asui did its job. I go into Tokiyami. Knockoff kills guaranteed. It kills max HP Bouffant from this range. He thought it was a roll, but with my set it was not a roll. So I go for knockoff right here. Bouffant gone. Threat 2 gone. He goes into Tetsu, the Klefki. The annoying Klefki. I decided to go into Charizard right here to start pressuring his team. I need to start punching holes into this team, because like my 2 win cons are weak to hazards. I need to pressure this Klefki out. I need to pressure it out. I need to get hits off on Landers. I need to like pressure him. The spikes is a problem. I didn't bring removal this week. So I Mega Evolve. I go for Flare Blitz this turn. I go for Flare Blitz. He goes for Thunder Wave. I pray to not get fully paralyzed, because like if I broke through this paralysis right here and kill this Klefki, that means Weavile just cleanly wins the game. It kills Moltres, because with rocks up and it took toxic damage after the roost, and after that it took 6% from that toxic, and after rocks that's 56%, meaning it's at 44%, meaning that Ice Crash kills the Moltres from where it's at. So my thought process was to just win with Weavile after this. So this turn I decided to go for Flare Blitz, but of course the young yellow color, the yellow magic, proven to be broken. So now he gets to save his Klefki, go into his Landorus, and I pray to break through here, because I need the damage on this Landorus right here. I need the chip for the Landorus right here. It does well over half. This Landorus is offensive as hell, y'all. That means now, once I heal bell my Charizard, it wins now. Unless the Klefki is still there, then he can Thunder Wave. But I go into Glasgow. He gets up his rocks, and this is really bad. This is bad. Now Weavile can only switch into hazards once. Charizard can only switch into hazards once, and that means I need to bring in Weavile at the right time. I need to bring in Charizard at the right time, and this is why that paralysis was so annoying, because if I killed that Klefki right there, these hazards wouldn't matter, because once I sack something off and I send in my Weavile, I won, because his last mon is his few mons are Shaman, Landorus is weakened, that's in Ice Shot range. Moltres can't swap in and swap out into Landorus with Intimidate to weaken my Astral Crash, because Rocks is up, which means I guarantee kill the Moltres with anything. So like that paralysis made this game longer than it needed to be. I'm not gonna even lie. Now he has a chance to win. Now my threats are my Charizard is paralyzed. My Weavile is it's not on a timer, but I can only set it in one time. So if I send in my Weavile once, I need to make it count. I need to make that count. So this turn I go for Toxic. He swaps out. He goes into Shaman. Wait, I don't go for Toxic. I go for U-turn for the momentum. I go into, I believe, Miltank. It's my best Shaman answer. I actually brought a Shaman response this week. So Miltank here to deal with the Shaman. I believe I go for the Toxic here. He swaps out. I believe he goes into Landorus or Moltres. I go for Seismitoss. I go for Seismitoss here. I don't go for Toxic. I go for Seismitoss. And right here, I recover first. This means that my Miltank is faster. This means this Moltres has no speed. And this means that I pick it off with Seismitoss. So I pick it off with Seismitoss. Kill for Miltank. Miltank already proven its worth. Flame Body activates. This ain't Gen 6. I don't got to worry about that 12%. It's 6%. It only negates my leftovers, but it doesn't matter. I have Heal Bell on my Miltank. I have Heal Bell on my Sylveon. So we straight. We good. He goes into his Lanners here. I didn't reveal Toxic, so he didn't go into his Clefty. He pops his Iapapa Berry, putting his Lanners at a healthy range. But it doesn't matter. This Lanners doesn't break my Miltank. It doesn't have Swords Ants. He goes into Shaman. I go for Toxic here, I believe. Toxic or Milk Drink. I missed the Toxic. That sucks. That kind of loses me momentum, but it doesn't lose me momentum. All it does is prolong the game. This Miltank beats this Shaman unless he gets like Earth Power, Spadef drops. He Synthesis is right there, keeping his Shaman healthy. He needs his Shaman healthy. I go for Toxic. And I believe the next turn he goes for Earth Power. As I go for Seismitoss. I have no reason to Heal Bell. I'm not Heal Belling because I can still lose to Shaman. Like, if my Miltank gets paralyzed by Klefki, the Shaman can beat it with Earth Power. Because that Earth Power is doing a nice chunk. That's like 38 or 40, low 40%. I go for Seismitoss here. Life Orb plus Poison, racking up on the Shaman. I go for Milk Drink this turn. I think he synthesizes or goes into his Klefki this turn. I Milk Drink here regardless. That's all that matters. I Milk Drink. Yeah, he goes into Lanners as I've said earlier. Intimidate activates. Doesn't matter. This Miltank doesn't have Ice Punch. It's just Seismitoss. Set damage. I Milk Drink. Miltank is healthy. I can still lose this game depending on what goes on, but the chances of him winning this game is extremely unlikely. I'm playing my cards right. He goes for knockoff. Very solid play on his part. Now I'm pressured. I'm pressured to Milk Drink earlier, and I no longer have the leftovers negating the burn. So that will matter. Like, if the Shaman gets one Spadef drop with Earth Power, and I'm on my Milk Drink turn, and I have no leftovers, I'm getting burn damage inflicted on me. I Milk Drink this turn. He goes into his Klefki. I Milk Drink here. And I believe this turn he goes for Spikes. I go hard into Glasgow this turn. He goes for Spikes as I swap out. Wait, I Seismitoss here. I think I'm gonna turn early. I'm gonna turn ahead. That's my fault. He goes for Play Rough. Yeah, I'm gonna turn ahead. Yeah, he Play Rough on my Seismitoss. I take burn damage. It's racking up. He swaps out. He goes into Shaman once again. I don't go for Seismitoss here. I go for Heal Bell. I wanted my Charizard back in Prime. So now my Charizard isn't paralyzed. Now he's in a bad position. I have an extra win con now in the back, ready to come out and claim a life. Like, once Zard comes in on Lanners, there's a kill guaranteed. I Milk Drink this turn, putting me back at full health. I go for Toxic this turn. He goes into Klefki. Very solid play on his part. I wanted to click Seismitoss, but I didn't see it necessary. I didn't see it as a necessity to do so. He recovers with leftovers, pretty much negating the Rock's damage. I go into Glasscore this turn. This is when he goes for spikes. This is when he goes for spikes. So I go into Glasscore. My Toxic Orb is going to activate this turn. I take rock damage. He goes for his last layer of spikes. This means that Charizard only swaps in once. This means that Weavile only swaps in once. But I don't need them to swap in multiple times. They only come in one time. Because he only has 3 mons. And once Charizard comes in on Landers, that means he has to sack something. And his most expendable is Klefki. So if Klefki's on, that means he has to bank on a speed tie. And if he wins the speed tie, he has to bank on the Icicle Crash Miss. And if he gets the Icicle Crash Miss, then he could potentially win the game if he Spadef drops my Miltank. So I have to be very, very careful. So I go for Toxic, predicting the Shaman to come in. He goes for Play Rough. He misses. That doesn't matter at all. Really doesn't matter. I go for U-turn this turn. I go for U-turn. I go for U-turn this turn. U-turn or Earthquake. One of them. I think I go for Earthquake here. Yeah, I go for Earthquake here. He goes into Lanners. It really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Like, my Glasscore is slower than his Lanners. He goes for Knockoff. This means I can't Heal Bell. Doesn't matter anyways. I go for U-turn as I said before, but I want to tell you why. It doesn't matter that he knocked off my Toxic Orb. Because I don't need Heal Bell anymore. I don't need Heal Bell anymore. His Moltres is gone, which could have potentially been Toxic. Klefki is now in range of Seismitoss after Rocks with Miltank. My Glasscore's U-turn is slower. My Toxic Orb is activated already. So I get the slow U-turn off. And because I got the slow U-turn off, I get to go into my Charizard X. And this is when this game is sealed. The game is done. The game is done. He either sacks this or the keys. He cannot sack Shaman. If he sacks Shaman, he loses. 100%. He has to go off of Weavile's Icicle Crash missing. He has to go off of that. That is his only play at this point. So, I go for Flare Blitz. That is my only play. I do not click Dragon Claw. There's no reason to click Dragon Claw. I click Flare Blitz. That is my best and only play. There's no need to click Dragon Claw. I click Flare Blitz and I kill the Klefki. Right here. Now, Weavile wins the game. I have to win this speed tie here. I don't have to win the speed tie, but it would be nice to win the speed tie. He goes into Shaman, takes Rocks damage. I pray to win the speed tie. Win the speed tie. Charizard X, proving his worth once again. My dragon, this is how you train your dragon. Kill the Shaman off. Now the game is pretty much sealed. I win. And I pretty much advance to finals. And he sends out his last mom, Lanners. I go into Tokoyami the Weavile. My Hero Academia reference. I take Spikes and Rocks 50%. Doesn't matter. Weavile is here to pick off the Lanners. Intimidate pops off. Doesn't matter. It's just extra animation at this point. I won this game for a very, very, very dominating game. I felt like, I honestly, I respect his build. Like, his build was good. I didn't bring removal because I needed Rocks up. Blastoise didn't have a very good matchup. It lost to Shaman. It was pressured by his offense. Mega Manectric is there. Seismitoss was the best warrior type and my best rocker this week. So, based off of what he told me, post game, he was like, my plan this week was to, he brought Choice Banded, Adamant, Reckless, Bouffant to break my team apart, break through my defense. He brought Hazard Sack, clearly. So pretty much he wanted to break my defense. He wanted to stack me and put me into a position to sack to scarf Keldeo. But since Buffalon died prematurely, that meant I didn't have to worry about my walls being broken. And I put him in a position to sack to Weavile. I pretty much positioned myself to have the momentum. I positioned myself to not lose to Hazards plus Keldeo. I felt like I don't agree with going hard on Keldeo, because like I sent him my Weavile on Klepke, right? Yeah. I'm surprised though. Like I didn't ask him this, but I went hard Weavile on his Klepke, and the only way I touched Klepke was Ground EMZ, our natural gift. But I don't know. Did he predict? He probably predicted me to go into Charizard on a Klepke to pivot in on potentially T-Wave or like. But I'm gonna Steven told me his sets. I'm gonna go over his sets. Landers, U-Turn, Knockoff, Earthquake, Stealth Rocks. Keldeo was Secret Sword, Focus Blast, Scald, not Scald. I think it was Hydro Pump. Yeah, Hydro Pump. And the last move was probably Hidden Power Grass for Seismitoad. Then there was Klepke, Thunder Wave, Spikes, Play Rough. I don't know its last move. Didn't ask. So it was probably the Fog, just in case I brought Web. Because Keldeo was his win condition. And if your win condition is a Scarfer, I think he needed to bring the Fog this week. Buffalon, it only showed head charge. But looking at my team, he only needed head charge, Earthquake, Superpower for like Kartana. And I think that's it, really. Like head charge with Reckless Banded, like 2-hit KOs, everything it needs to except for Kartana. So I don't really know, like, the last set could have probably been Facade for like, it's my Toxic Burns and, you know, all that kind of stuff. What else? I know he brought something else. Yeah, Shaman. Something says C for Earth Power. Last move. I don't know what it was. It was probably Hidden. Yeah, it had to be Hidden Power Fire for Kartana. Yeah. Moltres, Toxic, Hurricane, Flamethrower, Roost. It was bulky for Kartana and for Charizard. But I see why he brought what he brought. I just don't agree with why he brought it. Like, Hazard Stack was very good versus me because I didn't bring removal this week. But at the same time, I don't agree with not like bringing Hazard Control because I have webs. Rocks pressures his team. Rocks puts like Moltres in range of like Z Kartana, puts it in range of Weavile, puts it in range of Dragon Claw from Charizard X. It's just not ideal for your bulky mons to take the damage. And like Keldeo needs to be healthy. Like I understand Hazard Stack plus Keldeo as the win con, but if your win con is getting pressured like by Weavile switching in and Rocks is up, and I have a Sylveon, like it's just like I just don't agree with it. I just thought he had to bring removal. I felt like if he brought removal, this game would have been it would have been a lot more closer. It would have been a better team and more consistent, well-constructed team. Because, like, you've seen how much Rocks hurt him. You've seen how much Toxic hurt him. You've seen what it did to him. Like, Hazards hurt him more than it hurt me because I didn't need to switch out, really, on this team. He didn't, like, his Mons, like, his Landers, didn't have Swords Ants. And it didn't break my Glasgow either. Glasgow beat this Lander set. Glasgow only lost to Shaman and Keldeo died to Ground EMZ. So once Keldeo went down, that pretty much kind of sealed the game for me. Like, I killed Buffalon. I killed Keldeo with Weavile. Weavile killed Lanners, it killed Keldeo, it killed Buffon. Weavile did so much work this week. Charizard X did so much work this week. My thumbnail is 100% going to be Weavile. Weavile did the work this week. It came in, it revenge killed, it did its job. Pretty much. Charizard X broke, Weavile clean and revenge killed. My offense did what they were supposed to do. My Pokemons did what they were supposed to do. So my next game, finals, will be versus Master Roshi. He beat my homie Kurt. He beat another friend of mine, Johnny Jr. Just call him Johnny, or Char. I'm avenging my best friend Kurt. I'm avenging my friend Johnny. And I'm trying to win PMU Gold for Season 6. My first championship for this league. I'm trying to go all in, all out, go hard, or go home. Alright guys, this is the Floridian Typhlosions signing off. Peace out.